Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jaysia. Today I wanted to film a little makeup tutorial. I got inspired to do this look from a picture I saw on Pinterest. It was this very beautiful 90s brown toned earthy kind of makeup look. It looked very soft, it looked easy, so I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. It's gonna be my first time. So let's hope the look is gonna turn out all right. Also, ignore my skin right now. It looks really, really bad. I think I was developing a little rash yesterday. So my skin right now is very tight. It's very angry. It's very inflamed. I don't know what's going on. I hope it's gonna heal quickly. So ignore this, okay? I'm trying to ignore as well. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my eyeshadow. This is the Super Nudes Easy Eye Palette by Tilbury. I think I'm gonna be using this shade and this shade. I'm just gonna apply this on my entire eyes. And I'm then gonna blend it outwards. So I'm just gonna go like this. I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just improvising. I'm really curious to see how this look is gonna turn out. I haven't really tried it yet. I haven't had the time to do it. I've been wanting to try this look for a while. I mean, the picture that I saw on Pinterest, it really inspired me, but I have not been able to give it a try. So I'm just gonna wing it. Okay, so then I'm gonna use this color, this color. So let's try. I'm still using the same blending brush because I don't want to apply too much color. Usually I like to use a shading brush, which kind of helps to build up the color, but I don't really want that right now. I don't want the color to be too intense, so I'm just applying this on my lid. I think this is good. And now I'm gonna smoke it out a little bit. Whatever is left over on my brush, I'm just gonna smoke it out. I have really difficult eyes to do my makeup, by the way. I have very big eyes and I have large eyelids. I always get nervous when I have to do my eyes. When I do makeup on somebody else, it's so much easier. But whenever I do it on myself, I always get a little bit nervous. You would think by now that I have that I'm confident about doing my makeup, and I am to a certain degree, but sometimes I still struggle. Because even I have days where I'm ugh. I don't know. I still have those days where I think my makeup could be better. I've just learned how to do my own makeup and kind of be satisfied with it. I have days where I really like it, and then I have days where I'm nah, not really. Then I'm gonna use this little brush. I'm just gonna clean it from the last time I used it. I think for the inner corners, I want something to be, I want it a little bit shimmery. So I'm gonna use this one. I don't know how you pronounce it. Roen, I think. Roen, I don't know. This is in the shade Disco Eye, this color, which looks very, very beautiful. It's not very pigmented. I'm gonna swirl it. Okay, let's see what we got now. And this is also it looks a little bit wet, which I also kind of like. That glossy, wet kind of eyeshadow. I thought it was gonna be brighter. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm first gonna use this color here, the palest shade, And I'm gonna use this in my inner corner first, and then I'm gonna use like the shimmery shade because I feel like it's not bright enough. And so now I'm gonna like use that same color again, and then hopefully it will be more what I had in mind. If not, then it is what it is. I'm too lazy to like go to the other room, find another eyeshadow. So I'm just gonna have to make it work. Okay, so I finished my other eye. I'm gonna use my Hollywood Flawless Filter by Tilbury. This is in the shade 4 medium. And I just apply a good amount of this. And I like to tap it, and then I start blending. And the reason why I like to tap first is just in case, you never know, like sometimes, you know, products that don't go well together causes like peeling on the skin, which is so annoying. So I like to first press it into my skin, and then I start doing this. And look at the glow. I've been using this for years. I love it. My skin is so irritated and it's so itchy. I don't know what's going on with my skin. It's just the past 3 years, every spring, like it begins at spring, my skin just gets irritated, inflamed, red, itchy. I've never ever had that problem before with my skin until like the last 3 years. It tends to like begin, like my skin is fine the whole year until spring. Then it gets irritated, and then usually by June it gets better, but now I'm not seeing that. It's still very irritated, so I hope this is gonna heal as quickly as possible because it's getting on my nerves. For foundation, I'm using the Charlotte Beautiful Skin Foundation. This one. And this is in the shade 6 Neutral. Neutral is good if you want to like neutralize redness. So my skin is like warm, neutral. I can get away with either like warm foundation or neutral foundation, but since I have like a good amount of redness right now and irritation, I definitely want to like neutralize it. Like a neutral shade is good for that. And this is the IU foundation brush. Like the best foundation brush ever. This is the mini buffer. It's almost like using my fingers in a brush, which is perfect because then I don't have to like get my hands dirty. This is very, very glowing. So I'm gonna do like 2 pumps. If I need more, we'll see. I'm just gonna take not everything at once, just a little bit. This is like the best foundation brush ever. I didn't know how to use like foundation brushes in the past. It would always like make my skin look really streaky, but it's all about technique, I've learned. Usually it's not the brush, it's the technique. The way I do, first I just like apply the color where I need like coverage, and then I start to buff. So I'm like pushing, stippling, and at the same time I'm going like this. It looks like I've used my fingers. Usually I don't wear makeup when my skin is irritated, or if there's like texture, or I don't like it. I don't like the way the makeup looks then. I mean, it tends to like make the skin look even worse. So usually I don't, but I really wanted to film a video today. So yeah, just gonna have to like ignore my bad skin today. So I don't use up all the colors at once. I start from the side and I work my way up so I don't end up grabbing too much foundation. So I still have like a little bit of color left. So I'm just gonna like take everything now and then just like slightly go downwards. And then whatever leftover I have, I apply on the rest of my face. I don't want to like apply too much. I don't want my makeup to look cakey. And also I'm not obsessed with like having perfect coverage. I don't care. I still want my skin to look like skin. Even if my skin is bad, like right now my skin looks terrible, I still don't want to like use too much product, you know? Skin is skin. Like I want to look normal, not cakey. it is what it is. Like right now I have texture on my skin. I usually, like I said, I don't put makeup on when my skin is irritated or bad, but I really wanted to film a video today. I want to be like more consistent on my YouTube channel. So I'm making an exception, but that's still not an excuse for me to like cake on my makeup, because you know, I have like some texture, some redness. I don't care, like it's better than nothing. You know, if I want to slightly beautify myself, then I'm just gonna have to accept the texture right now. Moving on to my all-time favorite concealer, Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Vanilla. The coverage is extraordinary. Like I love this concealer. It's the best. And just start dabbing it in. I use the same technique as when I apply my foundation. I stipple. With my concealer, I go more like this. And then eventually I start rubbing a little bit, just a little, not too much, because I want like coverage. And if I feel like I've applied maybe a little bit too much, or I'm not able to like blend it well enough, I go back with my foundation brush and I just start pushing it into my skin, and this is gonna like help soften everything, just in case I feel like maybe I used a little bit too much. Also, I don't like that line here, so I'm just gonna use my fingers. This is where I like my brightness to be, which is like in a triangle. So under the eyes, the sides of my nose, and then like right next here. This is where I like it to be bright. Look at the brightness this concealer gives. I wish I was born with eyes this bright. And now I'm gonna do the same concealer, and I do like 5 dots. 2, 3, 4, 5. Because it's a little bit darker here naturally. And then I use like my foundation brush. This concealer is so bright, it's like brightening up everything. Okay. So I'm done with my base makeup. Now I'm gonna finish like the bottom of my eyes. I always do this after concealer. So I'm gonna do like the same colors that I used on the top. So I'm gonna use this color with this. These two together. No, I forgot. Actually, first I have to apply this color. Like that pale shade on my inner corners. I like to do the inner corners before I do like the rest. So I'm just gonna take and apply this in my inner corners. Then I'm gonna do what I just showed you earlier. This color, chocolate shade. I'm gonna like blend it and slightly like smudge the look, and I'm now gonna like start blending. Decided to maybe try like a different color on the inner corners just to see if it like can make it look a little bit brighter there. So this is by Bobbi Brown in the shade Moonstone, and I hope it's bright enough just to like, oh, this is so much better. Why did I not choose this one? I was actually like doubting between the color I used before and this one, and I went with the other one. Why? This one is so much better. This is exactly what I wanted in the inner corners. I'm gonna do eyeliner in my waterline, and this one is by Sisley. It's in the shade Sparkling Brown. I chose this one because it's waterproof, and I need like waterproof eyeliner because my eyes get very like watery, and then it just removes everything. So for my eyes it's better. So this one is by Tilbury, and it's in the color Dream Pop. It's like a reddish brown color. I don't have like brown. This will do. It's not black. And this is gonna make it look softer. And I don't apply my mascara all the way like at the root of my lashes. If I do that, my lashes drop. So people say, oh, you know, start from the roots and then go up. No, not for me. I've done that. I've stopped doing that a long time ago. I used to wonder why won't my lashes stay up? They always go down, even after I curl my lashes like 10 times. As soon as I would apply mascara, everything would go down again. Now I know why. I don't apply them at the roots. That's what makes my lashes heavy and then it drops again. It's not for everyone, I suppose, but I have very stubborn lashes. I'm not able to like curl my lashes like once and then be done. I have to curl them like at least 5 times on each side before they like have like some hold. So usually I like to do like a lash lift, and that's what keeps my lashes lifted. I can do my own lash lift, but I've been lazy, so my lash girl will have to do now. So I'm gonna go with bronzer now, and this is also by Charlotte. This is the Beautiful Skin Sun Kissed Glow bronzer in the shade medium, number 2, and also very pigmented, so I have to be careful. I love applying bronzer. It's what adds color to my skin. It makes my skin come back to life after foundation. Like, foundation is great, but it makes my skin look very flat. It lacks like dimension after foundation. It can look a little bit pale, so this is gonna like bring life back to my skin. But I tend to like apply my bronzer almost like I would apply a blush. So I apply on the sides and then a little bit on my jawline. And then also a little bit on my nose. So I want to bring back some shadow and dimension. Yeah, I thought I was filming, but apparently I wasn't. So I was talking about my cream blush. This is the Pillow Talk Matte Beauty Blush Wand in the shade Pink Pop. I thought I was filming, I wasn't. So I already like applied a little bit of color. Get on a little bit more. Yeah, I was using like this brush here by Smashbox, and this is the Cream Cheek Blush. So this mimics like using your own fingers. Yeah, I thought I was filming. Have I applied too much blush? If I did, I go back with my foundation brush to blend it, and so that's like my little tip. Use your foundation brush, whatever like leftover is on it. It will help to like soften any color if it's like too much. So for this look, I wanted like, it's a little bit like 90s inspired, so I wanted like a brick brown toned lipstick. I have perfect shade for that. This is by Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Supermodel. Just, you know, typical 90s. I'm gonna do my lipstick first and then lip liner. That's the way I like to work. Before I add more lipstick, I'm gonna go in with like a lip liner. And this is in the color Pillow Talk Medium. Good enough. And then I'm gonna go back in with a little bit of the same lipstick. Okay, so I don't want this look to become too pink, so I went with another Charlotte Tilbury. I'm a big fan. And this is the Cheek to Cheek Swish and Pop Blusher in the color the Climax. Very, very 90s. A little bit on my nose. And this is also by Charlotte Tilbury, Pillow Talk Multi Glow. Look at the packaging. Look at that. Like, we get spoiled by Charlotte Tilbury. So gorgeous. Like, Charlotte Tilbury packaging is the most beautiful packaging I've ever seen in makeup. Like, the colors, everything is so beautiful. The finish, the texture, the packaging. Like, we get spoiled by her. I'm just gonna go like this 2 times. I use my setting powder last. This is the Airbrush Brightening Flawless Finish by Tilbury. Like this. And I focus mostly on the under eyes. That's where I want like my concealer to set. And I don't want it to budge. I want it to last all day. And around my nose where I don't like to have shine. But the rest of my skin, I don't powder. I don't like the way it looks more cakey, and it kind of gets rid of the glow, I think. So I don't like to use too much powder. A little bit of setting spray. This is by Charlotte as well, the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. It smells very good. And I think now I am done. Today I just felt like improvising to see where it goes. So yeah, it's good enough. I still think it has like a 90s kind of vibe to it. I think we're done. I hope this was helpful to you. If you like it, don't forget to like. If you want to see more, subscribe. Oh, and I forgot to mention, if you like this art, like I design my own wall art, I have a little Etsy store and I have more. So if you're curious, I will provide you with like a link down below in the description box so that you can have a see. So I just wanted to mention that. I think the makeup look turned out all right. It's fine. Until next time. Bye.